Here's how I ice a cake. So I like to anchor the cake, and I put a little blob of icing in the middle, and then I get pieces of parchment paper. I sort of stick it onto the blob of icing. And the reason I'm doing that is when I ice the cake, then there's no gobs of icing on the cake plate, okay? So that hopefully will stick. And then you put this right on the center, all right? So that they're sort of equal around. So that's pretty good. You should really let it set for about 5 minutes, but I'm in a hurry. So you very gently pull this off. And you see, all of this would have been on the cake plate, and none of it is on the cake. Just as a heads up, size matters. I always tell people that. And these are 2 cloves of garlic, but they are very different. This is way tiny. This is kind of an average size of garlic. So if you only have these guys, you're going to have to use more. So you've got 2 cookie sheets. Remember, a cookie sheet doesn't have any edges, okay? So if it has edges, they're going to steam. So you want a cookie sheet that, you know, basically you can see right, no edges. Oh, here's the way you do it. So first of all, you need some vinegar in your house. You should all have vinegar. If you don't, run out to get it right now. You need a measuring cup. So far, so good. And you need 1% milk. It can't be skim. Don't use skim. In Canada, we have 1% or 2%. So if you're going to make a substitution, that would not be a substitution. So here's how you do it. You open the vinegar. So far, so good. And you put about, I don't know, maybe about a tablespoon. I eyeballed it, but I'm a trained professional. And then if the recipe, and I know her recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup, you're going to eyeball it. So you're going to put in, whoop! Missed the container altogether. This talking on the interweb is harder than it looks. Anyway, you keep pouring until you just hit 3/4 of a cup. And that's the right amount. And now I've turned it into buttermilk. I'm a genius.
The difference between a broth and a stock is that a broth is just one ingredient, like chicken, but a stock would be chicken with a whole bunch of other stuff, and then you strain it. It's just too much work when you have a cold.
So you're looking for on the package, either it's going to say raw or it's going to say natural. And that means it hasn't been processed. And the reason that you want natural or raw is that when they process cocoa powder, which makes it less lumpy and more mixable, they reduce the antioxidants by 2/3. So when you have raw or natural cocoa powder, you're getting all those heart-healthy benefits. And the thing when you cook with wine is that you only want to add wine that you would drink. And so, oh yeah. It's really good to drink, so we're going to use this. It calls for 1/4 cup. Now, if you think cilantro tastes like soap or stinky socks, it's because your DNA is telling you that. It's actually affecting your taste buds. If you don't like cilantro, put in parsley. It needs something green and healthy. Tofu is kind of like the cottage cheese of the bean world. It's pressed, and sometimes it's really extra firm, sometimes it's soft, and sometimes it's silken. The extra firm one is for stir frying or soups or something. Like you would not want to puree that. It's too hard, okay? Now the soft one, which you can find in the refrigerated section as well, you could put this into a soft soup, but it also kind of falls apart a little bit easier too. So you could use the soft tofu. But in my particular recipe, the one that I like to use is silken soft. And the silken is on the top of the label. And watch when this comes out of the package. It's totally gush. And this is the one that you want to use as a replacement for a whipped cream in this recipe. So, firm, soft, silken soft. You're going to line a casserole dish with parchment paper, and here's my secret trick. Turn on the water, put your parchment paper under the water and squish it down really well, and then wring it out really well.
it's all soft and malleable, and it fits right into the pan without sticking out, and you'll never have to wash another dish again. Okay, maybe a little bit.